So I'm starting to amass my Pitchfork collection. Some of these are 6-tine, some of these are 4-tine, some of them are 5-tine that I have in the shed. But to save money, I went to an antique dealer and bought this $17 Pitchfork type. How much do you think a Pitchfork costs right now at a hardware store? The answer is I talked the person down to $10 for this. So we're going to refurbish it and make it look as good as one of those, maybe, in theory. But the first step is to clean it off and make sure that there's nothing that's going to spread any diseases from one farm to the next. Yonis is basically a disease that's spread for cows, and I do not want that in the future herd. So we're going to scrub this off, and then we're going to rip off the handle, and we're going to put a homemade handle on this, hopefully saving money for a budget less than $44.99. And then we're going to have to know how long of a handle do we want. So based off of one of these, we can gauge 48 to 50 inches and a width of about 1 3/4. Recently, our tree here in our front yard had split. So we have all the wood from that maple here. So I'm here in the backyard just seeing if any of these branches would make a good candidate. At least it's maple, but this looks like it's the closest one for a candidate. 50 inches. Be some. Man, I wish that there was a better candidate. Let's see how long it is. It's gonna be one ugly handle, but it's over 50 inches. With some work, this will make a very nice handle. So this is where the rubber hits the road. I'm gonna turn this into that. Actually, this piece of wood would probably be backwards. More likely something like that. So we're gonna get to cutting off some of the branches. So I'm just using this to loosen that from there and get it out. It's got a square end for this to be held there. So that's what we're gonna need to work with. Not easy. A lot easier just buying a new one, to be honest. But hey, when I have the farm, what's the odds of me having one from the maple tree in our front yard for when we lived in town? That one right there. It'll be a nice little reminder. And it'll probably end up costing more than what a new one will once you count that I spent $10 on this. And then I will have to buy some of finishing oil for this, and my time, you might as well have a new one. And then this one's going to be rusty and already used and not as clean. It's just worth buying a new one at this point. So this is the pile of scraps from the maple that were part of the handle. And this is where the project is sitting so far. I have a handle. It's a little longer and curvier than I would like it to be. But it can always be cut down, and it would be really nice to have a lathe that's nice and clean. This is about the width that you want it.
Am I following you?
Oh, yeah. Just to kind of get an idea of how long it is compared to an actual one designed by someone professional versus me. Yeah.
Which one's the professional one? I cracked myself
You're so
up.
funny. You're so funny, but this is how much extra long, but I'm taller than the average person too, so gotta take that into consideration. Alright, so this is the finished pitchfork compared to a bought-in pitchfork. This was $10, this was $42. I started out with a thicker handle than it, and I ended up sanding it down probably too far. It was a bowed piece of wood, but you know, past here, nobody's going to be using that part of the handle anyway. I do think that it is maple, so it's got some strength to it. I still need to finish it off, but you can see now they use rivets through them in 2 places. It looks like the style has changed in the last whatever, but these have like a crown over it to put pressure on it. And these ones are just 2 rivets into a piece of wood. So you can see that it's definitely got character, and we'll maybe show the thing, the fork by its mother, this tree, where it came from. Thank you for that piece of wood, and yeah, it'll be nice for the farm at our next place. And the price was right, so made a pitchfork, and I'm turning into my father. This is just in action so you can get an idea of what it can do here. Maybe this spot here. So here's a bunch of, these are all wood shavings from the project, but see, it definitely, it works, stays together, can do things that a pitchfork can do. Passes the test. What's your thoughts? Success or failure?
I'm pleasantly surprised.
Mild success.
No, looks not too bad.
Well,
It works.
First try.
Serves the purpose and a quarter of the price or whatever.
Yeah, and you know, you could always pay for linseed oil to finish it and stuff, but then you're gonna be right at the $20 mark, and you should have just bought a.
Just wear gloves.
Yeah, just wear gloves, and it'll sand down with work, with use. It's good.